Hello. Alrighty. I am back again with another off-meta build. Last video was the Frenzy Storm Barbarian. My take on that. I think some people may have seen something like that before. But a lot of people don't realize that you can make a really good Frenzy Barb with elemental damage and lots of crushing blow, and there's budget ways to do it. As well as high-end ways to do it. Mine had some high-end cool stuff with it, but like if you were starting a ladder or something, you could probably use like Goblin Toes, G-Face, Black Rune Word, and just have people give you free elemental charms, and you could probably do pretty well. Get a Lawbringer on the other hand, you'd be awesome. Anyway, I have another build. This one is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this build. It's another bow build, like a lot of my videos are so far. And what can I say? I think this Amazon is one of the most fun Amazons you can play in the game. Okay? So, this is the toxic Multishot-Zon. She's a maiden of pestilence. She causes poison damage and reflex damage, and her mercenary does percent damage. And we really can wreak some havoc with this build. It's so fun, I'm telling you. You just spray the screen a couple times and then you can just kind of walk away. It's really cool. So, her name is Toxicalia. I tried to make it sound like a toxic word. Yeah, you don't want to go on a date with her, okay? Yeah. Check this out, okay? First off, the charms. You can see, just like some of my other builds, right? You need all these charms. This is one of those builds that you will be collecting charms for a very long time before you can get it up and running. And I don't even have nearly the high-end charms that you can collect on this. So let's look first. Torch Annie. Wait, check out my Annie first. 2018-10. 2 off a perfect. Decent Hell Torch 2. Alright, now the charms. They're all poison charms. Okay? Look at this one. 100 Magic Find, 100 Run Walk. 209 on this one. This one has 377. This one's got 175 with cold damage. 175. 100 and a 1 to 25 lightning. Can you imagine an entire inventory of lightning poison charms like this? Man, I don't know. I think that might be the build, like, to strive for. That it's almost unachievable. I don't know. An entire inventory of these. Anyway, got another 175 here. 100, 100, 100 with Magic Find. 100. 100 with Hit Recovery. 100 with Run Walk. 100 with Strength. 100 with Life. 100 with Run Walk. Another 100. 100 with Strength. 100 with Magic Find. 100 with Hit Recovery. 100. 100 with Gold Find. 100. 175. 175 with max damage. 175. 100. And 100. Alright. The rings. We've got 50 poison damage on these. This one has some res and some attack rating and life leech. Here's another rare ring. 50 more poison damage with mana all res. Here's my amulet. 1 to Amazon skill levels, 3% mana stolen per hit. We needed some mana leech. And it does have all res and half freeze duration. I'm not using a Ravenfrost, so I really liked that on it. Here's my belt. It's Wilhelm's Pride. This doesn't get a lot of use, but it's kind of nice. Mana and lifesteal. Alright, now... oh wait, let me go over the boots first. Boots, Gore Riders, everyone knows those. Run Walk, very nice. I wanted the Run Walk and the extra mods that gives. Here's my Faith Bow. I showed this on my Hunter Druid. I showed it on the Mercenary on my Barbarian. And yeah, this is so good. The ignore target's defense and the attack rating you gain from this, from the 300% and the Fanaticism, is absolutely fantastic on this build. There are other bow choices, but the budget version of this would probably be Eagle Horn because it also has ignore targets defense. I think that is one of the most important things to have so that you can spray the screen with your poison damage. Now, Trang's gloves for the plus 25% to poison skill damage. Bramble for the... Mine rolled a little on the low side, plus 29% to poison skill damage. I know they can go a lot higher, but it did roll a level 20 Thorns Aura, which is kind of cool. And it comes with Spirit of the Barbs, which, you know what? I will cast. There we go. Now, the final piece of gear, which is the one that probably gets me most excited, honestly, about this build, is the helmet. Artisan's Tiara of Speed with 3 perfect 5/5 poison facets. We've got 30% faster run walk, 110 poison damage over 2 seconds, minus 15% enemy poison resistance, and plus 15% to poison skill damage. If you look at the character sheet, our multi-shot says it's doing over 6,500 damage. A lot of that is poison. This poison build is more fun than a Poison Nova Necromancer. Like, way more fun. It's super cool. Alright. On swap, I'm using Nauseous so that we can teleport around, get around a little bit better. Now, skills. Max Guided Arrow, Max Multi-Shot. Max Penetrate, some points in Pierce for the Pierce. Max Valkyrie, the rest into Decoy. Alright. So, I want my Valkyrie to be as good as possible. So, I will pre-buff a little bit with this. I've got Ondo's Wisdom for plus 4 to skills. Which is kind of nice. We've got a Peace for 2 skills. Oh, our Spirit of the Barbs will go away. That's okay. We'll resummon it. Plus 3 to passive and magic with this amulet. Same with the helmet. Same with the gloves. Alright. So, oh yeah, and then I have one of these just chilling, okay? So I'm not going to do the full inventory, but a level 40 Valkyrie is kind of ridiculously tanky. She'll never die, I don't think, and it's pretty good. So let's summon that. Can we get one that's... Alright, it's orange. Sure, it's orange. I'll take it. Looks cool. Put these back. We'll take Naja's back, that back, this, and this. Alright, I think we're good. So, yeah, that's it. Okay. Just real quick before we get moving on the gameplay section. Oh, wait. Let me talk about my mercenary. This guy has a G-face with a all-res jewel, plus 15 in it. So his res is almost capped. He's using Huainen's Refuge. 10% chance to cast level 3 static field when struck. I like this because he's right in the thick of things, and when enemies are hitting him, then they're losing % of their health from the static field. To bolster the static field, I gave him a Crescent Moon, which has minus 35% enemy lightning resistance, and he can cast static field on striking with this weapon. On the other hand, he's got Lawbringer, basically because undead enemies tend to be immune to poison, or very resistant to it at least, and this guy will basically just truck right through all the undead for us. Okay, last consideration here. The other bows I tried, in case you're wondering, alright? I did try the Pus Spitter, because I thought it was thematically appropriate, but it's just not really that good, and the lower res on strike doesn't happen enough. I wish this thing was buffed, so that it had more increased attack speed, was 2 to all skills, not just Necromancer skills, had like a socket or 2, and the lower res proc was at, 7% or 10% even. Then, because it's only level 1, then it would be maybe usable. The other one I tried was Edge to try to use the thorns with it. Didn't really help us out that much. I tried Rip Hook at one point. Kind of cool that it slows everybody down, but just wasn't really cutting it. Doesn't have ignore targets defense, but wasn't a horrible option. We just do better physical damage with a Faith Bow, okay? The other one I tried was, the Wind Force. And it just doesn't have ignore target's defense. So it was just kind of a problem. The Mana Steel was kind of nice, but if we were missing sometimes, then we're just shooting more than we have to. I also tried Venom because it was also thematically appropriate. This is one of those rune words that needs to be updated. It sucks. So it does have ignore target's defense, but it has no enhanced damage, so you don't leech mana and life well enough. I like that it has prevent monster heal on it. I even like the causes monster to flee. That's not too bad. And it has poison damage on it, which is good, but that should be up higher. This thing costs a Malrune. It should have like minus 10 to 15% enemy poison resistance, I think. And the charges on it, the Poison Nova and the Poison Explosion, are just BS. They're so bad. Who's going to use those? Those should either just be wiped off the thing, or they should be like crazy, like level 40. Or they should be like just a skill. You just get a level 20 Poison Nova skill and then see what you can do to make it better. I don't know. So anyway, let's go back to my faith. This thing just works better. It makes us shoot faster. We don't miss. It's awesome. Our physical damage is bolstered enough with this. Okay, so that's the gear. If you can't tell by the tone of my voice in this one, I like this build a lot. I think this build is very sweet. I've got the Multishot-Zon swap. Yeah. Let's go to somewhere with some good density, like Flare Jungle, and just see. Hopefully there aren't poison immunes here. Oh man, can you already tell? Like, can you already? It's so good. I'm sorry. I really like this build a lot. One shot, and then they just... Here we go. Watch this. Spraying them. Oh, they're dead. Look at that. Oh man, this build is so fun. I'm telling you, this is the coolest build. And then I love how the Faith Bow summons those undead guys too from their corpses. And then those guys get level 20 Thorns aura put on them from my Bramble. Bramble is kind of a really niche use, right? It does have 13 life after each kill, which is really nice as well. Here, let's summon that Spirit of the Barbs. Here we go. Yeah, so now we've got more flat damage that we can reflect back. We can reflect back over 300 damage to enemies with the Spirit of the Barbs and the Thorns going. That's flat damage. And then there's also another 1000% that's reflected back as well. Let's see here. Look at these dudes. Let's just spray those guys with a bunch of poison and then just watch them all drop. Look at... Yes. This build is awesome. I found a Zod rune with this build. That's how cool this build is. It'll find you Zod runes. I'm sorry, but if you don't like this build, then do you even like this game? Like, seriously. This build is so sweet. I can't stop playing on this build. I come back to this build all the time. And one of the final pieces that I got recently, too, was the helmet. And, oh, is it sweet. It's making me run a little faster and kill a little faster. It's so cool. Do you know how many other off-meta builds I can use this on? Man, I'm so happy about this build, if you haven't noticed yet. So, yeah, I know this is not, my creation by any means. I'm very sure I've seen Reddit posts about people talking about this and stuff. I know a guy had mentioned it once, and he was asking, hey, are there any like kind of cool off-meta builds that people, this is a while ago, people can recommend? And I was like, the poison multi-shot Amazon is so fun, dude, but it'll take you a year to get the charms for it, and I guess I could trade all my wealth for poison charms that have upwards of 300 damage on them or more. I think the max is like 471 or 77. I mean, I guess that could be something I could do, but that would be like everything I probably have and then some. I don't know how many jaw runes those go for. I'm imagining several. So, but yeah. Look at this. We're just gonna spray the screen and just watch them all drop. It's just so sweet. Look at all these guys that are dead over here. I didn't even see them. Like, you just kill stuff off the screen. You know what else is a great place? Oh, look at. There's my undead guys that just spawned. This is such a cool build. She's like, she's a pestilence maiden. She's a toxic multi-shot Amazon, and she creates undead from her poisoned corpses. It's so sweet. So anyway, 1 second. Alrighty. So let me go to another area. I mean, you can kind of see, right, what's happening here. I'm just spraying the screen. Everything's dying. It's super fun. Let's go to Trav. I want to show Trav because the enemies here run away from you, and it's very annoying. Right? And it's very cool to watch them run and die. Look at... It's always so annoying that these guys run away from you, you know? You love to see it. I'm sorry. This is like the coolest build. I think if this is my favorite build, but it's got to be. It has to be my absolute favorite build. But yeah, I love how these guys are running away, and watch. They're just going to try to run, but it's not going to matter. You know, they're gone. They just stall out eventually on poison. All right, decoy. Let's try that. Teleport away. There we go. Put another decoy up. Spray the screen again. How are we doing? Are we doing all right? Yeah. That guy's gone. That guy's gone. Nice. Look at that. Just wasted those guys in Trav. Man, what's this rare repeating crossbow? Take the jewel. And that. So... yeah, so I'm happy about this build. Like I said, I've built this one up for a long time. It's one of my favorite builds. Thank you for watching my videos. Please check out some of my other ones. My first video ever, the Lightning Strafe Zone, is very cool, and it has the most views out of all my videos. But it's hard for me to pick because I love the builds I've come up with so far. My Rogue Assassin's pretty unique. I haven't really seen that before. My Hunter Druid is pretty unique as well. You don't see too many Summoner hybrid Druids who are also archers and all that. That one's pretty cool. And I've got more in the pipeline. Okay? So if you enjoy these kind of builds, if you like what I'm doing, please keep an ear out. You know, you can subscribe if you want. That's fine. This is just a hobby of mine, you know. I play it online. I like online because I don't want to be in single player or hero editing things. I just don't find that to be as fun, and it kind of kills the game for me. So let's summon our Spirit of the Barbs again. Yeah. Also, the Spirit of the Barbs gives that cool purple aura that you never see. Nobody ever uses that. So here we are in City of the Damned. And let's see, these guys are a little bit more resistant to poison, I'd imagine. I think they are. No Sunder Charm, too. We're not using any Sunder Charms. Man, look at all these guys dropping. We're just running around. They're dropping. And they're undead, so our Mercenary is very strong against them. Okay, let's spray this side. Spray this side. Yeah. Take that. Okay. Look at that. And I love how you can spray everything. So this is what's cool too about multi-shot with when you use charms. when things like Crushing Blow only apparently affect the middle shot of your multi-shot. Did you know that? So it's not going to be as good to build up things like Crushing Blow as your main type of damage modifier, because it doesn't affect everything. When you use charms, like just any kind of, if you're just doing damage, flat damage, or you have all these elemental damage things going on, well then it applies to all of them for some reason, which is good. I'm glad it does that. I hope they never patch that out. And you can make this build possible then. So it's so sweet. You just spray the screen and all these guys, and you can just hit everything. The range is incredible. Let's get in here. The range is incredible on it. Look at that. That's awesome. And it has such a wide arc too. I mean, like a spread. So let's go a little quicker here with Nauseas. Here we go. Those guys are pretty resistant to poison, I'd imagine. Let's see. Let's just watch that. Let's just watch them go down. That's so sweet. Love that, man. Pretty cool. All right, let's check out. Let's go to Frigid Highlands. Let's see if they have poison immunes here. These guys have fanaticism. Cast my decoy there. Yeah. Superior Ogre Maul. Oh man. 4 sockets, ethereal. Not enhanced damage though. There's got to be. Wait, can you make an oath in that or something, or what? Zeal charges. Yeah. It's too bad. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the build. It's pretty sweet. You are, you know, just decimating stuff. I think. I'm trying to think, like, if there's any way, like, the ways to improve it, yeah. So the ways to improve it would be just better charms, pretty much, all around. I don't think you're gonna get, you could roll a better Bramble, or maybe just do the faceted armor, but I kind of like that you get some more mods with this, at least. You know, the hit recovery, the poison and fire res and stuff. So instead of doing a faceted armor, but, a faceted armor would be pretty good too, because you could get minus res. But yeah, the other thing you could do if you wanted to get really like gnarly is you could spray those guys. Jeez. If you wanted to get like really gnarly with it, you could have like a bow that has 6 sockets. Put a Jaw Rune in it for ignore target's defense. And then like 5 perfect facets. That might be pretty good. Or maybe just 6 in there, 6 perfect facets. Poison facets. I think that might be kind of insane. Some people will probably wonder, how come you didn't use plague, dual plague for your mercenary? I considered that. I'd have to make one more plague for that to work, first of all. And that's not a bad suggestion. It might be even better, but I do like what he's got going on, how he differentiates the damage a little bit, so he can take care of some other stuff for us. So, like I said, the undead, he just annihilates them because he has Lawbringer. I really like Lawbringer the more and more I use it, actually. So, yeah, so that's why I didn't use dual plague on him. There is also, like, you could min-max by having a lower res wand and just, like, cast that on guys before, but that's tedious, though, honestly. That just gets tedious. It's not really that fun. So that's why I didn't do stuff like that. I don't have a Death's Web, if you're wondering. I've never found one. And I've played the game since it launched. So, you know, not gonna happen. Let's teleport over here. Spray the screen. Spray the screen. Anyway, I love this theme. I love this fantasy of this character. This is one of those things that you just, like, before I was really like trying to figure out everything that there is to know about this game, you know. This is one of those things that I just was like wondering if it was possible for a long time, you know. Like I think when the game launched, maybe like a few months after it had launched, you know, I was starting to be like, huh, like Trang's gloves, do those work with charms and all that? And it turned out they did, and I was like, oh wow, I guess I'm gonna start collecting some of these, you know. So anyway, if you can see that this is so fun. Like, I love how you just like spray the screen, kind of run around like this. That guided arrow, that guy, one shot. Yep. Man, I want to keep playing, but my last video was so long. I apologize. I was having fun playing it. Honestly, I lost track of time. So I'd like to keep playing this one and just keep showing it, because I think this one came together so well. It's so cool. All right. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just loving it, man. I like to check these too, just to see if there's any cool things for sale. All right. And I think that's about it. I think we covered everything. Yeah, we covered the different bow types, how I wanted to upgrade. I wish there was an upgrade on some of those weapons to make them more viable. Talked about my mercenary. We got our Valkyrie there, who's never going to die. I love this helmet. This helmet is so sweet. It just complements these other two things so nice. Anyway, that's it. I'm always on the lookout for more poison charms too that are around, you know, 200 or higher, basically. Alrighty, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please go and look at my other videos for other unique builds that you may have never seen before, and just some of my rambling commentary. Thanks. Goodbye.